Welcome, welcome to another EBX discussion. And I thank you, my soldiers and soldierettes. Salute. And let's get to those honors. Let's honor our ancestors that got all of us to the state that we are in, melanated, that is. And may those that transition that we held dear in our family, may they rest in peace and in power. And may all of our families prosper and everything we touch turn to gold. And I mean that from the heart. And if you're alive and breathing, we are back to fight another day. Because remember, there are those that didn't wake up this morning. And brothers and sisters, another beautiful day. As you can see, it's in the morning. And the best spiritual downloads come in the morning. And, take hold of those spiritual downloads in the morning. Because you never know what's going to come throughout the day. And do this every day. Like I say, power thoughts at night makes for a great next day. And always keep strong, positive reinforcements within your system. So we can protect those that we're connected to via children, family, significant other. A lot of things you just never know what'll come off the left. Not that we're in a paranoid state, but we on point and aware as we have fun and enjoy our lives too, because that's also a part of the balance. And always take ourselves to a space where we're above anything petty. And it doesn't mean we're better than nobody or we're snippy or nothing like that. Especially if you're of age and you're healthy and nothing wrong with you and you know better. We have to be above petty things. Because like I said a few minutes ago, you never know when unfortunate, unexpected attacks will come. Person, place, or thing. Because especially in these times, and we all know and we can all feel it, even those that might not be somewhat self-aware. It's this negative force that's out here, wherever it's coming from, wherever it is, we all can feel it. That's something that we all can agree on. So that's why we have to take ourselves above things that are petty, because you can't get to the top if you're looking at the bottom. Real talk. That's something I like to say from time to time. Don't worry about the top or the bottom. You be powerful wherever you are. You don't have to wait to get in a certain position to be in your higher self, whether brother or sister. And just keep that in your spirit. And, and always remember that when you're on a righteous walk, that divine will always show up and show out in our lives. Because one has experienced this. I've seen it in my family, and I've seen it in many brothers and sisters, whether outside of my family, online, in the world, because again, folks, when you're connected to righteousness and that great divine, that force will connect you with the right brothers and sisters. And I mean this, even if whether they're close or far away, that force is that strong, my beautiful people, but you have to be in that space, that pineal gland have to be open, to see things like that, and to not only to see it, to get it in your spirit, so that's why a lot of us teachers out here, or that's why we have a lot of brothers and sisters that's teaching out here. We have some real ones out here. And once you become intertwined with that righteous walk, you will know who the real ones are. You don't have to wonder who's fake. Your senses will become heightened. And like I said on the podcast, when you invest in righteousness and you you deflect the negative shit as much as we can, and we stay as pure as we can possibly be, we'll know who the right ones are. And righteousness will become what? Second nature. Won't even have to work hard for it. It'll just come without you even thinking about it. You give because it's the right thing to do, as I said on a Silent Hero podcast. So, a lot of times it does what you love isn't work. It becomes joy when you do what you love, whatever that is. I love music, I like reaching. I like being positive when I can. Of course, one's not perfect. I have my times where Like say for instance at work might get tired, and it's, we as individuals that are righteous out here, we're positive, most of the time, but we are also human, and we study our emotions too, because a lot of times some things might upset us and anger us, but it's not getting angry or getting upset. It's okay. That's a part of human emotions. It's about controlling them. And that's why we're out here teaching. That's why we say focus on your psyche. It is the center of all things of the personality. So, and I also want to talk about changing dynamics of our lives, person, place, things around us, things about ourselves, and go 5,000 more levels than we are. And we're gonna talk about dynamics and how we can maintain it and keep it. And we gonna talk about it. All right, here's one definition. I had another definition, but here's another one. Okay, here we go. The forces or properties which stimulate growth, development, or change within a system or process. Okay, we're going to read that again. All right, here we go. We're going to read that, then I'm going to read another definition. Changing the dynamics of our lives. That's what we're talking about. And being above petty shit. Okay, I'm going to read that definition. The forces or properties which stimulate growth, development, or change within a system or a matrix or process. We changing the dynamics. And here we go. Here's another part of the definition. It might have some of the same words. Deals with forces and their relation primarily to the motion, but sometimes also to be of bodies. Is that, let me see. Yeah. This one word in here, I ain't gonna lie, I can't read it. It say equilibrium of bodies, or growth of an object or phenomenon. That word, I have to look that up. It's equilibrium. It's EQUILIBRIUM. I have to look that up. But then the rest of it says of bodies, the pattern of change or growth of an object or phenomenon. Phenomenon. I like that. Well, we changed the whole dynamic. We changed the whole narrative. And, just wanted to give you a little gist. I like looking up stuff. I'm going to read that other definition again. The force or properties which stimulate growth, development, or change within a system or process. So we can do it. It depends on how we are inside, how the dynamics will be in our lives. And you hear a lot of us say co-create our own reality. And that's more than just talking. That's more than just saying it. You have to live it and always be on the lookout for what I always say. Solutions, results, taking action. That's also a part of dynamics. Progress. That's another thing that's part of dynamics. We have to go outside our comfort zone, as you'll hear a lot. And, and this is coming from one that used to be very shy. Never was, I think I was, I knew I had that greatness within, but how we have those things in our lives. When we're not self-aware, a lot of times we know that we have those great things inside of us, but things that make us suppress it. And then we wait too late and we finally show it. So this is for my young brothers and sisters. If you have great things, righteous things, because just a little side note, something I say, remember, what we do righteous in the present always benefit us in the future. So that's for my young brothers and sisters. So if you got something righteous in your heart and you have made results and you have helped someone, hang on to that, brothers and sisters, because that just will take you to another level. And just stay in there, because remember, this is for my young brothers and sisters, because those that are self-aware, we already know you're on that divine time. Once you go there, once you get yourself in that space, that divine will show up. But you have to talk to that divine, that mother nature, greater creator, the universe. Spend time in nature sometimes. Talk to that mother nature. You ain't talking to yourself, because when you're sure of yourself, you won't look at yourself as crazy, and you'll deflect criticism, and there'll be things that'll be unexpected on this walk. You have to expect the unexpected when you're on a righteous walk. That's just, there's negative forces, whether you're living righteous or you're seeking righteousness. In any event, there's always going to be negative forces, whatever kind of walk that we are on. And that's why we have to be above anything that's freaking petty. Because remember, we're connected to children, family. We have those brothers and sisters that we're connected to, in our families, outside our families, a lot of good brothers and sisters online, despite all the bullshit that's in social media. When you're connected to the righteous, that's what you'll be connected to. And you'll see the other, but it'll be on the outside of you, and you'll see it, and it won't even affect you, But we try to help one another as much as we can, Changing the dynamics is a beautiful thing when you practice it and you take the time to know oneself, because that's the only way we can study this world and be an impact. And as I heard a content creator say, add to this culture, is we are righteous within. We don't have no fake shit, and we're not trying to get attention, and just keep that growth in our minds at all times, because nothing can fuck with a divine mind. I don't care what it is. When you invest in it and you're serious about oneself and protecting those that are close to you, always keep a family spirit. I don't give a damn what's going on, even when you're by yourself. When you take, however we meditate, because we got some people that pray, we got some people that meditate. However we do it, whenever we taking those quiet times to ourselves and we're talking to that higher force, because it don't matter which way we going at it, as long as it's righteous. But at the end of the day, we're all seeking that same higher force. It's just that this system, this matrix, has made it look like different ways and different gods. No, at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, we're all trying to reach that ultimate force, that ultimate peace. So when you have that and you feel it in your spirit and it makes you smile, and you get those moments where you're by yourself and you're asking forgiveness and you're thinking of things that you want in your life and your family's life. Always, even if you're not around anyone, still put everybody in your prayers or your meditation or however way you go at, seeking protection in a prayerful way or in that spiritual realm. Keep your family in there, those that you have, met in the past. And even if you haven't talked to them, this is how we keep that barrier of that spiritual realm strong. We have to be serious about it, brothers and sisters, and not think it's some crazy weird thing. You have to become one with it. Like, if you really want to overstand and understand this spiritual realm, look up pineal gland and watch where that leads you to. And that's one of the things that led me on this walk. I looked up pineal gland and studied it, and the wonderful things that can come into our mind. Brothers and sisters, do you know, and not all of us, because I was like this at one time, do you know what's parts of our brain that we don't even use, that just laying dormant and we never use it? That's where one-sided thinking comes in. That's where that phrase comes from. We can work more than just certain parts of our brain. We got to turn righteousness into a habit. Force it. Bend it to your will. It can become second nature. Let's work those parts of our brains. Let's stimulate, as I said in that definition. Let's stimulate parts of our minds that just lay dormant and we never do anything to. That's why it's good to explore. It's even good to speak, real talk, because when you speak, you get a lot of things out of you, even if it's something that might be a little but it's out of you. It's not in you. Never suppress. That's a righteous brother and sister, a super empath, That's our kryptonite. When we suppress things, we get them out. Even if we by ourselves, go to our divine about any inner issue that we have. Talk to our divine, and that divine will lead us in the direction we need to go. Because that divine teaches us to control impulses. That's very important on this walk too. You hear me talk about that a lot. Impulses are very, very important. And why are they important, brothers and sisters? And that ties into being above anything petty too. Because when you don't jump off impulses, it saves you from a lot of drama, misunderstandings. Because this social media, you can do one, just take a look around, especially some of these celebrities. One wrong, fucked up thing, they try to forget about it, but it's still on there. Especially if it's negative and evil and really impactful. It's just some things some people never forget. That's just unfortunate. So, navigation, always a part of the walk. Just stay above bullshit, brothers and sisters, is all I'm saying. Be as natural, be as calm, be as loving, stay teaching. I don't care what things look like, because remember, there's always going to be negative forces. So don't let that hold you back like, oh man, what's going to happen? Don't ever let yourself get in that state. No, you be fierce. You fight every challenge head on. That's why it's a challenge, because you have taught yourself to think of solutions. I don't care what it looks like, because those that think like me, and there's a lot of us out there like that's been on this walk for a long, long time, that great divine has given us the knack of getting out of tight situations. And a lot of us have been in especially those that have woken up. Why do you think our vibrations are so radiant? Because we know how to our way our minds work. Our reachers and teachers out here, salute our brothers and sisters, the righteous ones, the real ones, not the fake ones. We have learned to step back from things. We see that elephant now. What's that phrase I always say? Can't see the elephant if you're standing too close. We have to back up and observe and just let things play out, And we have learned to do this because and how do we learn this? How have we been able to change the dynamics of our thoughts in our life? Because we stand above. We rise above anything petty. Be above anything petty. Righteously. Not, we still help one another, but those have to help themselves. Those that are healthy and strong and know better, especially if you're an adult and you're healthy and you got common sense and you're somewhat educated, you should know better, because I am not the most, educated brother in the world. I just woke up one day, like many of us have. Salute my reachers and teachers, my brothers and sisters, my family. Salute. We just woke up one day and said, enough of this shit, and started exploring, started doing different things, have no time for bullshit, because bullshit will keep you from the real shit, it will blind you from the things that's within. That's why you can't give in to pressures from the outside. I don't care what it look like. Remember, we are that divine's children, brother or sister, young or old. That greater higher force has the same overall. And I said, I made a vow to my great creator, which we all should, that I would never, ever get distracted by stupid, dumb shit, because there's way more bigger, greater picture out here. Way more important things that need to be done. We can be somewhat content, to keep ourselves sane and above water, but always be on point, always be on guard as we have fun and enjoy our life. Because when we can do that, we truly are above anything petty, and we are on our road to victory. And you will see down the road the dynamics will be changed. We're going to change this narrative. That's why I always got images of superheroes on my banner. And I always make them silhouette. And I got a reason for that, One day I'll reveal why I always do silhouettes. But I like artwork. I like animation, And I'm trying to show you, brothers, We should have images like this all the time so our children can see it. And that's changing the dynamics. And not just imagery on YouTube and stuff like that. In our life, period. Every area in our life that we think it might be a hindrance or a challenge, change that dynamic on it. Change your routine. Go deeper in, brothers and sisters. Remember, always look in things and not at it. And we'll always be above petty shit. Stay educational. Stay searching. Stay researching. Stay looking. Stay hungry for knowledge. Stay hungry for greatness. Don't let nothing stop that. I mean that. And listen to the like-minded brothers and sisters that are out here reaching and teaching. Give them a chance. There are some real ones out here because you're righteous, remember. You're connected to those. So you shouldn't have to worry about discernment or wonder if you got it. Second nature, brothers and sisters. When it needs to be activated, it'll be activated. Because when you're righteous, it's automatic. Remember that. It's automatic. So stay dynamic, righteously, and always rise and be above anything petty. And I mean that. Stay strong. Stay the soldier, and soldierette we are. Salute. And that's my thought. That's my real thought. It's my positive thought. And I honor your family. I honor my family. I honor my children. And I thank those that came in to another EBX discussion. Salute. Much love as usual. Reachers and teachers. Salute. And I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. May you have the ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. One.